Hello again, Suzanne here, your intimacy, intuitive, and spiritual guidance counselor. This question, and it's interesting, they have me pull a card, so this is, I don't know if I'll do this as a card of the week as well, but it all kind of works in. And it's, why is it so easy to give up? If you've seen the video on following your dreams and why we're afraid to succeed or be happy, this kind of goes in with that, in that, why is it so easy to give up on our dreams, or with anything. People try things, people who want to play professional sports, for example, because my friend whose gorgeous yard he's allowing me to borrow for this, is watching sports right now. So people who try, want to be professional athletes, and they have one bad game, so they're like, screw it, fuck it, I'm not doing anything anymore. And I'll throw this out there too for those that are new. Sorry, my language jumps every now and then. My crew has a interesting sense of humor as well, and we like to get our point across however it works. So every once in a while we'll drop little things in there, just a warning. So, why do people just give up? Why can't we, just dust ourselves off and keep moving? You look at inventors, every invention, everything you see around here, trial and error. So few things happen first try. You've got to keep trying. We do that for a reason. We build and we learn through the process. Again, for example, the baseball player aspect. I have a few clients that were athletes, one that was a professional ball player and one that's working his way into the minor leagues now. And, many times he'd have a bad day pitching, and he's just like, well, screw it. I should just go home and give up. And I would talk him down. It's like, no, you have to keep trying. Learn from it. Whatever you consider the mistake was, that the game, you didn't throw as well. What was going on? Were you tired? What was in your head? How was your body feeling? What did you eat that day? Did you sleep the night before? It's figuring out that process. And as we do this baby steps, things get better and better. The inventions get better and better. Look at medicines. As much as I'm not a big fan of pharmaceuticals, but they do get better and better. You start out with your basic antibiotics, and now we have other meds and things that are even stronger, more powerful for harder infections and things that are arriving in our world these days. But if the doctors just gave up, where would we be? Again, creators, teachers, where would we be if we all just gave up? So they had me pull a card, and it's so funny because, again, my beautiful friend is so much like me. So purples and greens are very powerful colors, and if you notice the artwork in the back, that's green and purple. And then, so I pulled a card to ask a better way to explain this process of how not to give up. And then I love this card, it's purple and green, Perseverance. And these are from the James Van Praagh mandala cards, which are just beautiful. So Perseverance, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Oh my God, that's simple. It's not just thinking you can do it, or, well, I'm going to keep trying to see if I can do it. It's like, no, you can do it. Again, they're referencing back to my one client that was having problems. It's like, know that you can pitch a strike. See it, feel it. Live it before you do it. Visualize that. That's the power of visualization. And practice. And for those of you that aren't visual, because some people will say, well, I'm not visual, I can't see it. But you can think it. You can say to yourself, oh, I'm pitching a perfect strike. I'm pitching a perfect game. I'm going to get this job. I'm going to get this promotion. I'm getting that position. I'm getting that partner. And perfect segue into the intimacy, intuitive aspect, to the relationship aspect. So instead of giving up, instead of going, oh, that guy's too good for me, or that girl's too cute, she's not going to be interested in me, see yourselves together. See that picture of the two of you together. Or again, if you can't see it, tell yourself. It's like, oh, we're good together. And then feel it. Try to get to the point where you can feel the energy and the emotion and the connection. And that goes with any relationship, with friendships. And again, the connection, going back to the ball player, the connection with the ball going just under the bat to get a strike. Okay? And for those of you who aren't sports oriented, that's okay, because I'm really not either. I know the basics. I used to know more when I used to play as a kid, but a lot of times these are great analogies that work well, that a lot of people can understand. So knowing that feeling and just telling yourself, if you can't get yourself to the point where you're hearing the breeze of the ball going by as the guy swings the bat and misses, bring in as many of your senses as possible in that thought process. And if you can't get there, just keep repeating it to yourself. That's why affirmations work so well. So going back to, and persevere. Keep trying. Don't give up. Don't give up so easily, we shall say. Sometimes we'll get to the point where things just don't work, or we're tired of it, or we change our mind in process. Maybe we decide we don't really want to go there. We just want to play enough to get here, and then we're good, just to say we did it, kind of thing. But it's about not giving up, and it's trying again, and it's trying it a different way, and see what feels better, see what works, see what sounds good. But again, this is the human experience is a feeling experience. It's a physical experience. So getting all physical aspects into that thought process and visualizing it or knowing it and experiencing that, and not being afraid to try again, but also not being afraid to give up if you get to that point. And number one, thank you, they're chiming in. And if you do choose to give up, if you do choose to let go, don't feel guilty about it. Don't shame yourself. Don't say, oh, well, I should have done that, and then look back at it later and go, oh, coulda, shoulda, woulda, and you're shitting all over yourself again. And that goes back to previous ones where we talk about not following our dreams. It's like, oh, well, I should have done that. If only I would have done that. And then you go back and you resent your choices, and you don't want to do that. It's better to try and have it not work out, or to try and change your mind, find out you didn't really like it, then not try at all, then to not attempt that experience, to push yourself forward and to follow what you what you want to do, and not and not just give up too easily. Okay, not doubt yourself, not let the doubt or the fear rule you. Okay, so remember that. So anything that you start to do, a process you start to do, and you just want to give up because you feel like you're not good enough. See, it usually goes back into the insecurities, and maybe you aren't. Maybe you're not good enough to be a pro ball player. That's fine, but you're not going to know until you try, right? You make that attempt, even if you just end up laughing at yourself in the process. You enjoy it and make fun of yourself and make fun out of the situation. Bring more joy into life. Let those little mistakes and mishaps become fun stories and experiences to share. That'll help someone else maybe move forward faster. Because that's, again, what this life is about. We become the example for others with our own experiences. We have the experiences, and then we can share, right? It's a beautiful thing. So feel free to keep striving forward. Don't give up too soon. But if you choose to, don't feel bad about it. Embrace it and move on to the next thing that's easier to embrace and move forward with. Okay? Have a beautiful day.